Welcome to our fourth episode of Finance and Foundations with myself, Chris, my business partner, Joe. Today, we're joined by Kaylan from Ream Capital and also the founder of Young People in Bridgie, which Bridgemore is kindly co-sponsoring.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me. It's really nice to be back in. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. This is...
We can add it.
I didn't come into bridging or coming into the world of specialist finance going, this is exactly what I want to be doing. Mm-hmm. Most people that I speak to have fallen into it, right? But if you enjoy what you do, you can see yourself doing it for the next 10, 15 years, then at least you're growing together with the right people. You know, these guys that are all coming to the events and that are going to stick with what they're doing are going to end up owning their own companies, becoming sales directors, senior brokers. So being able to grow together is going to be really important because, yeah, you're going to have the right contacts because we say this all the time. I don't think any podcast goes without saying, especially finance. It's all about relationships, right?
All about relationships. It is all
your
about
network is your network. Well, your network is your network.
It's got all to see that. Like we see it all the time. Like a BDM or someone moves to a new business, and you've got the relationship with that person. You kind of move with them, and the relationship grows even more as them little. Like you're with people on different milestones, and I think then that will just naturally happen, right? Having your organisation bringing all of that together, I think it's really cool. And then as we was kind of speaking about off camera as well, I think the younger generation has just got a lot more entrepreneurial spirit, as you said. And it kind of brings that into like a little bit of creativity into the industry rather than anyone being worried about casting their opinions or giving ideas or talking about stuff. It's like everyone's together and they're all coming through. I think it's amazing.
Oh, it's clicky.
And what you said about them, like meeting at kind of this point and this level, and you've got solicitors, valuers, maybe architects, brokers, lenders, all these people creating these relationships now, and then talking about being entrepreneurial and being the new shining stars coming through. These people are going to shape the industry as they grow and move forward within their careers and maintain these relationships. And these are going to be the people that are going to help make the industry better, more welcoming, but also help property investors.
That's exactly
get their deals through better and easier and slicker, and always challenging the process because they're hungry. They're going to want to constantly challenge the process. They're going to enjoy being in the industry. When you enjoy doing something, you want to be better at it, right?
Yeah.
You want to make the right change.
I agree. Also, in them circles, I'm not taking sides of like being a feminist or not. But no, I feel like no, I feel like there's a lot of like younger females coming through as well.
Oh, massive.
Which is cool because it's not just like the industry is male dominated, slowly changing, but it's nice to see that it's not just young people in bridging. It's like it's mixing what exists now.
Yeah, massively.
which seems to be which is cool.
Like there's different movements also going around. So like Frankie from AWA, she started something called System Property. So she's got a massive kind of networking event where she gets all the women in finance and property finance and comes together and does events. So I think the next one they're doing is like a golf day. Because typically it's, the old dogs doing golf, going around a golf course for a day. And you don't hear from your sales directors for that day because they're on the golf course. And I think she's trying to challenge that idea. And I think it's a pretty cool initiative that she's got going on as well. So you start to see.
I think it's better.
Yeah.
Why should the lads always go and play golf all the time? I mean, I'm one of those people, but I get it, I hear it.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in other companies, like people like they'll take just the lads out to go and play around the golf, and a lot of the women are left just still having to work. They don't even get an opportunity to go and do something else.
Yeah, exactly. And so
really fair.
I think coming in with a lot of young people, you got different ways of challenging, like what the current kind of, or like redefining status quo, right? We've got with that, we come in as kind of like blank slate, so we can kind of go in and we'll probably ask 1,000,001 questions when we come in. But if you can kind of come away from that, even so much as like getting deals done, you go, why are we asking for this, this, and this? And they go, actually, we don't really need to. And you internally start to realize like there are things that we could streamline, there are things that we could do differently. So it's nice that we can kind of come in, challenge it, and have the opportunity to challenge ideas and kind of refresh bridging almost, which is quite nice.
As Chris alluded to before this camera cover, most of our audience is property developers and investors, and it can be common for some developers to get really frustrated with finance, like bridging and development. They get annoyed, not annoyed, but frustrated when lenders are asking so many questions. So do you feel that yourself other younger people coming into the industry? Do you feel that there is a change happening with younger people coming in and looking at automation more and AI and more logic?
Yeah.
Do you think that's making a change?
I think that it's almost caught in a bit of a way of like, we talk about old school bridging, and old school bridging was like a 3-day bridge. You don't have to look at anything. And then you got, and that was what your old heads kind of considered bridging to be. I think since then you got 2008 and everyone's kind of, there's a lot more kind of restrictions and stuff like that. So now we're at a point again where people are trying to get past that and find right ways and the quickest ways to get deals done.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think we're coming in and, with AI being such a big thing, you're looking at, people are looking at ways to automate like admin tasks where, you've got to scan out your KYC docs and your passport and your driver's license and whatever. If you can do that by taking a photo of it and taking a photo of your face, like a lot of searches you can do now, it will save a day maybe. And so stuff like that is always kind of speeding deals up. You look at the rise of, your desktop valuations, AVMs, making, cutting deals down from weeks to days, right? Similar to, since like you got stuff like title insurance, where again, legal's process, we all know how long that takes. But if you can find ways to reduce that, everyone's like, you're keeping everyone happy, aren't you?
Yeah, this is it. And when I first came into this industry, 4 years ago, it's changed so much since then for me. Like at the start, it was only ever like Together at Shawbrook that would do an AVM on my valuation. And now for like, there's like, everyone's now trying to jump on the same bandwagon because they're realizing you've got to keep up with your competitors and what property investors really want to see. And a lot of the time that's speed.
Massively.
And getting the deal done.
Exactly. Like, sorry, I was going to say, realistically, most bridging lenders are roughly like very similar in terms of rates, right? So, plus minus a few bits here and there. But at the end of the day, what matters most is being able to do a deal quickly. And if you say you're going to do it, you mean it, and you're not going to change and come back from a credit committee meeting 3 weeks from Friday saying we're going to reduce your LTV and up your rate because there's something that this minute that's going to make a massive difference to the deal. It's like, no, if you say you're going to do something, like your words are almost your bond, right? And you want to make sure that you're delivering what you say you're going to be able to deliver. And I think that's sometimes more important than rate, right? And I think you start to get to a point where people are starting to realise that most lenders will often have the same rates or there or near enough.
Yeah.
You want to go with someone that is going to be able to deliver.
Yeah, and be up front at the start.
That's exactly.
And when I'll go back to when I first came into this industry like 4 years ago. And I think you had quite a few at the time actually where a lot of BDMs go, yeah, we can do it, but have never been in that mindset of understanding what brokers going through, what clients going through, to making sure, can I do that? And challenge yourself internally and then challenge your credit team, your underwriters.
Yeah.
And check. Like, don't just go, yeah, nod and dog, and then piss everyone off.
Exactly, because you don't want to like own promise under deliver. That's like the last thing that anyone wants.
Yeah.
So,
but I feel it's improved a lot because everyone. I think, look, if you do a good job as a broker, you will always challenge the lender and say, these are the bad parts. Can you check these first up front? Go away and check those first and make sure we can do it based on those parts. Anything else I get told by the client after that or comes out in a wash, that's fine. But we're not in control of that. The things that we are in control of, let's check them now. Let's get it done up front and not waste any time.
Exactly. That's why I love having a phone call when I first get a deal, and it's like, pick up the phone, and it's somewhat like underutilized now, just being able to pick up the phone and have a conversation.
You're really good at that.
Oh, thank you.
No, you are genuinely, and we've spoken about deals before, and you've managed to troubleshoot something, and it hasn't gone positively. But it's cut it off. Whereas some, as you said, some salespeople in general, I think we've all kind of been there. You
want to pull you in?
I don't want to badmouth like how lenders run lenders, but we've had meetings this week where people have said, I'm targeted for my meetings, how many meetings we have and all that stuff. And then, so if you're targeted how many meetings you have and how many inquiries you get in, suddenly you're using them stats to your advantage. Whereas you might be, from not speaking for you, but when we bring a deal to you, you'll look at, is it worth exploring? Am I going to waste my time and their time and just deal with it commercially or move on? So that's incredible. Like, that's amazing for us, rather than just being, it's all about stats, because you drag us for a push backwards and the client, or make them spend money, and as you say, then drop LTV or increase rate at the last hurdle. So it's so important in this market where LTV is important, rate is important, but service and deliverability is even bigger.
100%. So powerful. Like, you've touched the nerve with me. because again, certain lenders, like, there's some brokers that just don't even speak to brokers. So there's some BDMs that don't even end up speaking to brokers because they just do meeting. Brokers don't want a BDM like that. No, they don't. They want someone that's going to pick up the phone, that's going to be able to discuss a deal there and then. As brokers, we like to deliver to our clients in speed. If someone comes to me with a property deal, I like to be able to go back with quotes in 3 or 4 hours, not 40 at it.
Exactly.
And we know our deals can move and change. Another buyer comes in, what's the word? Gazumps another buyer, and they've lost the deal. That's why as a broker, we want to work with speed and accuracy at the same time.
Yeah, massively. And I think I've always been, I've had some old heads in like when I first joined. So I've had some good mentors come in and they've all said, if there's a deal that you can't do, make sure it's a quick no. There's no point, like you said, drag your heels and going, we might be able to do it if you could do X, Y, and Z. Because I'll say this all the time. If there was one lender that could do everything, most of us wouldn't beat it. No, most of us brokers, lenders wouldn't beat it.
No, clients just go direct.
Exactly. But everyone can do different things better. And there are different products that everyone can offer that, that most people won't be able to see. And so if you come to me and say, I've got a deal, and I go, right, but XYZ lender will probably be able to do this and also give you funds to do works. Why are you coming to us? And I'll challenge that notion because we want to do right by the client, right? So it makes a big difference being able to say, quick no, or have you tried XYZ because they're probably better suited for something.
Yeah.
If we can't do it. I think it goes a long way because we all want to get the deals done.
Yeah.
And I think we want to help deliver. We want to help deliver to clients, and we want to be able to have fun doing it as well.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is have a conversation. Go, you said this, you said that, you overpromised, underdelivered. No one needs that headache. If you can avoid it,
Definitely not.
like, why not? Like,
I think that's where it goes round in like a bit of the circle. Like in the industry, some lenders that haven't adopted tech or doing any crazy things. And you said about we want terms quick. And there's some lenders that if they offer terms too quick, you know that they haven't looked at the deal. There's some lenders who have brung in that. In my head, if you're a lender, you want to streamline. Like you can't say yes to a deal. Yes, you might have to spend a 24 hours looking at a deal if you're a bit disorganized and you haven't got the right systems. But ultimately, there are some cool lenders adopting some good tech and some good processes that captures the deal that they need to make a decision and issue terms. But there's also lenders that just chuck terms out the door as salespeople and don't really care about the detail. And we've had it loads of times, and then it gets caught on the back end. That's frustrating.
Really frustrating.
But it's like for us, it's a weird mix. We don't want terms in an hour. Oh, we do, but like.
We do, but we want to have the right due diligence.
Yeah, and you want to have an actual person looking at that deal, right? I think that makes a big difference, is having someone that can actually put a pair of eyes on it, and it's not a tick box exercise where it goes, computer says yes, computer says no. Because there are deals that, you look at and you go, on paper, this makes sense, even though it's not shining the best light. If you can look at a deal and properly get your head around it, there's no reason to say no to it.
Well, yeah, look, I whenever I get a client come in, look, I'll get all the information, I'll put quotes out, quote, and I end up reading most of those lenders 5 minutes after I've sent an email.
Yeah.
And I don't have to send an email yet, but I'll literally go, I've just sent this email to you, headline points are in the email, there's a couple of things to be aware of. Can you make sure that you're a yes on these things as well as providing a quote?
Massively.
Because otherwise, I'm just dragging it out, I'm wasting my time, I bludge to try to do everything in a moment, everything's pigeonholed there, and then all I want to do is wait for them to come back, and it should be yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and they should be confident yeses in there. Yeah.
Massively. It goes a long way. I think it absolutely does. And you want to have, like I said, most, good brokers won't have 200 lenders on panel. They'll have, a handful that they know can deliver each time. I think that makes a massive difference, is being able to say, yeah, we know that these lenders can do it. And I'm sure when you look at a deal, you'll pigeonhole it to specific lenders. You go, this deal will go to these kinds of lenders in this bucket, and these deals will go to this bucket, and you know that they're going to deliver each time.
Yeah.
Do you think in some lender firms there's too much of a separation between BDMs and underwriters?
I think so. I think when you get to your bigger lenders and your more corporate kind of companies, I think that probably does become a case. I can't speak to
It's heartless person supposed to manage it when you're a big corporate.
It is, but
machine.
Luckily, being at quite a lean lender like Ream, we've got 13 people in the office, and I sit next to my underwriter. So is that because you said, "Dear Chris, I'll bother him when he's doing his credit memo, and I'll say, I need to look at this deal with you," and we'll look at this deal, and we'll go, we like it. Here are the stumbling points. We'll probably get you on the phone, and if we like it and we've agreed it internally, we'll go to our boss's office and go, we want to do this deal at this rate. And they go, great. And that's almost like your credit committee there. You've got your decision maker, a senior underwriter, and the BDM all agreeing to a deal. Because if we've managed to get all the information kind of straight up, your emails come in, we've spoken about any stumbling points. We go, this is how we're going to get around X, Y, Z. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, especially if you know your stuff and your underwriter knows your stuff and your boss has recognised that over the course of 6 months and multiple deals that he said yes to, it's more than likely when he bring a deal now, it's going to be a yes.
Exactly.
Because you know what he's expecting and won't do. You know where the lines are internally, right?
Exactly.
Which means we then get that yes, no.
It's that little bit of like clarity that you guys need where you go, okay, fine, I feel a little bit more confident that they're going to be able to deliver, because you've got is a fine balance between having too many people look at a deal. You don't want 7 different underwriters looking at the same case. Equally, you don't want just one person looking at it, because you might miss something that when it does go to credit, that like you might miss something. So having that fine balance of roughly around about 3 or 4 people on a deal to understand it from all the way from like the initial inquiry down to completion. If those 3 or 4 people can know that deal inside out, like you're laughing, aren't you?
Yeah. There's no skeletons in the closet.
Exactly.
And it's pretty much straightforward. You know where the hurdles are. But if you've agreed to get over them, then
That's exactly
it should run smoothly, right?
We aren't naive to the fact that like lenders have tens and tens or maybe hundreds of inquiries a week as well.
Yeah.
So we're not, speaking for every broker in the country, but like some brokers, it kind of comes across as like we want everything like tomorrow. Pause.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Oh, look at it.
We're not naive to the fact that lenders have like tens and tens of inquiries, if not hundreds of inquiries a week. And I don't want to be, again, talking for like brokers across the country. Some brokers think that, the minute an inquiry comes over, a lender's going to bend over backwards for them. But in the same way, like any business operates, like we all have more than one client and we understand that. But I think for us, it's getting a good no quick.
Yes.
Don't come back in 10 minutes. If it could really take you an hour, take an hour. Like don't. But that's what I'm saying. Don't do a.
Don't say no. Just try to do you really quick.
Yeah. Just like it's managing expectations. Because if you say, if I say I've got PBSA deal is 100 units, and you went, we don't do 100, we do 50. Oh, tick, done, move on. But if you go, okay, we do PBSA, and we do 100 units. Yeah,
so we get 200.
Exactly. If it's close, we might say to the client, spoken to a lender, broadly interested, but they've got a lot to do. They're not going to come back until tomorrow morning. You're like, okay, should we wait for that or do we not? And then everyone communicates, and that's how it should be. Because some lenders take a week to do that and then come back also really obvious. Go, yeah, we'll do it 50%. I just said we need 75. Well, the deal just doesn't work. Like, that's frustrating.
Yeah. So go away and check whether you do it and do it at 75. Otherwise, just don't come back and say
almost like a soft no, like a very soft no, but actually look at it and then a harder no in whatever expectation it takes or timeline it takes, and then communicate that back, and then because that's all we've got as.
I mean, I still get that a lot. Where I'll say this is what the client needs. I still get lenders coming back to me going, "We'll be at 60% here. Here's the terms." I'm like, "Well, have you sent me the terms? If you well, that's not have it." No, but I feel like a lot of the time, a lender's just hoping we might choose them.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, people will realise, but we are, as BDMs and brokers, we're both the middlemen. We're the middlemen. You guys are the middlemen to the client, and we're the middlemen to the decision makers, right? So we want communication is probably the most important thing. There are times yet where we'll go, we could do something, but we'll probably be capped at LTV for whatever reason. And it's a simple case of, do you want me to send you the terms, or is it just not worth it? Because, like you said, if you need 75% on a deal and someone's going to provide 60, then there's no point. You're just sending out terms for the sake of looking busy.
Exactly.
Right? But there's a difference between looking busy and actually being busy. If you've got the right deals, then, like you said, you might get 100, but we know that we're not remount of volume business like your Shawbrooks, your HTBs, your Octanes, those guys. We just want one, even if it's a couple of deals a month from a broker to go, but we know that they're going to go ahead because I've managed to kind of educate the brokers to what it is that we do, and you guys are familiar with the products that we offer and how we can kind of make sure we get deals done. Then everyone's happy.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
Easy.
That's the most important thing.
I agree. I think is what was I going to say?
He swore.
Oh man, I can't remember. Sorry.
Finance and foundations.
Yeah.